government and being able to get stuff done. We had the longest government shutdown in our history. And I think the recess was a month and a half long, something like that. I know you were in D.C. specifically trying to see what you could get done to reopen the government. But, the representative here in Arizona 6 was home for a whole month and a half. Did he host any town halls that we can remember? There you go. It was a teletown hall. I think it was announced 30 minutes before it was supposed to happen. And we know that, Congress has to make some funding decisions or, take a vote here pretty soon, actually, a couple of them. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling? Do you think that that's going to happen? I mean, I'm skeptical, but yet tiny optimistic. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, this coming week, we're going to vote on a provision to extend those tax credits for 3 years.
It's awesome.
I wish I could tell you that's going to fix it. And certainly, healthcare in our country has a lot of problems that need to be addressed. We've got a lot of things to address. I talk to folks all over the state, probably at least a dozen people who, if they lose this, the help with their premiums that they've been receiving under the Affordable Care Act, they're not going to be able to afford their insurance. I remember talking to a woman down in Yuma County who has 3 children. Some of her children have some health care needs. I think she was paying in the neighborhood of $500 or $600 a month for health care. Hers is going to go to over $3,000. It's unaffordable. So she's going to drop her health care, and then her family is one accident or illness away from bankruptcy. There was another couple I spoke to in Lake Havasu City who they had planned their entire lives. He used to work on ships in San Diego, worked his way up, was eventually a project manager, and had these plans to be able to retire. And he's old enough to get health care through Medicare, but not his wife. And this is going to entirely change the next several years of their retirement. In a way, he's going to start to struggle because of the way the premiums went up. You can repeat that story over and over again. It's going to affect millions and millions of people across the country. And that's just the beginning, because in 2026, they're kicking all these people off of Medicaid. Yep. Poor people who just, people that can't afford health insurance. It should be, we should be able, as the richest country in the world, to be able to help people who can't afford insurance get something.
Yeah, 100%, and well said.
But I'll tell you what happened is, because when Republicans are in charge of Congress and the White House, they pass policies that help rich people get richer. It helps the guy who has a private jet get another private jet. In their big crappy bill, that bill?
The big billionaire bill.
Yeah. They changed the depreciation schedule on private jets, which costs all of us more money, from whatever it was, 7 years down to you can depreciate it all in a year. You get all your money back for buying your private jet. That nobody even knows about that, because it's just one of dozens of really bad things that help the wealthy and hurt hardworking Americans.
Yeah, well said. And it really is a tragedy. I mean, there are folks, and especially in this district, folks who can't work, who are going to be relying on these programs. I hear a lot, and especially when I'm out and talking to folks in the community, that, I get asked a lot, what are Democrats doing? What are elected officials, our leaders, what are they doing to kind of push back on this administration's agenda? And how are we going to keep them accountable? How are we going to keep Trump accountable? I have a lot of ideas.
I've been doing something this last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you have. It's true. It's true. I have a couple ideas, but really want to get some insight into what you're thinking.
I think we got to work harder and do more, and shine a pretty bright light on what this administration is doing. And I don't know if we're going to get to what's going on in Venezuela, but in just about every government department, I mean, look what he's doing to the Department of Education,
Yeah.
dismantling it. You know, I was talking to some folks over at Goodwill